Hi everyone, well it is the worst weather for being in the garden, but I couldn't help it. I had to transplant a fair few English box that I picked up last weekend. They're actually a reasonably good size, but I wanted to ball them up. And the plan with this path was to have sort of clouds shaped out of English box and to have it actually drift through nicely from one side to the other and then back to this side. You can see on this side I've planted the box and I've actually trimmed them. And the idea is that I would have some at the front that were a certain height. Nothing would be the same. So the next one would be slightly offset, slightly higher, and then higher again. And you would actually have that continuing on with sort of odd numbers of English box. So I'm going to show you how I sort of trim this group of box balls. And you can get a bit of a feel for the plan. So I'll get into it. So this one is a little bit higher than I probably like, but because it's right on the path and it sort of joins two paths, I thought this would be a really good sort of point on the right on that edge of those paths. So I'm happy to have this one a little bit higher. It's too wet to do a clean up, so I'll just shape them and then try and dry off. So that's the first one. That gives you an idea, and over the spring that'll shoot. I'll give it a really good feed, and then over the next year or two I'll sort of be able to shape it into a really tightly knit ball. What I've done is I've planted prostrate rosemary under all of these, and so you'll have that really lovely carpet green that'll be really well sort of manicured, and then these balls that come out of it. And what I've tried to do with the prostrate rosemary, because we're on a slight hill, is I've tried to sort of offset everything so nothing I guess is straight, unlike a formal garden. So here you can see a whole lot of prostrate rosemary. I've got another one here, but the idea is that it sort of drifts not immediately across, but sort of down like lava down the hill. And I love it when you can put the plants in and you sort of get a read on what they look like, but it's not until you give them a bit of a trim that you see how they really look. It just gives them a really nice definition. For a while I was using some really old shears that I purchased a few years ago. The last 18 months I've been using these cutter bugs, and they're fantastic. They're so sharp. These ones have a longer handle, so it sort of saves the back a little bit. As I get to this bit, I've got two others to do, but what I wanted to do is have two smaller ones, so you can come forward a little bit. It's reasonably high, drops down, meets with this one here, and then gradually builds up again. So it sort of feels like it's a more of a sort of meandering sort of lava or flow of box balls. Does that make sense? So I picked these up, and I think the person that I got them from, they were replacing English box with Japanese box, and I think that's pretty common. English box have a good reputation for being a little bit more challenging, more slow growing. But I just love the depth of the green in them. I've got one more to do, and then you'll get a bit of a read of how these look. As I mentioned, I like to use and sort of designers, I guess, use those odd numbers for planting. It just makes it look less deliberate. It makes it look a little bit more natural. We're going to check out now. I think you get the idea. Hope you enjoyed it.